Uh, Hello guys, welcome back. This is the Real Talk with Lucas and Heaven. Today we are blessed to be having a guest in the house. As you can see, every time we are having an interview with great people, great men in the country. And today we are ready to host, and we are already actually hosting, right? We are hosting this gentleman here seated in front of you, as you can see. And today we are speaking of a matter, something that all of you have been yearning for. We are speaking of matters, leadership, and political positions, whether the president, the governor, totally leadership. That is in Kenya. So I won't spoil the plot. As always, I'm going directly to introduce uh, our guest to you guys. He tells us something about himself. Yes. So kindly, gentlemen, introduce yourself to the world and the people that they can get to know you.
First of all, thank you, Bwana Lucas, for having me today on your show.
Yes.
Actually, this is a very momentous and a happy day in my life. I'm here today to present to you my case and to speak about leadership and politics. My name is HERBAT ASHIVERO. I'm a Kenyan, a patriotic one in that case. I come from Western region, Vihiga County to be specific, and I'm a resident of Chavakali Ward. Great people of Vihiga County, time has come that we speak matters politics, leadership, and because the more we shun speaking about quality leadership and politics, the more development projects won't reach us. So I hope by the end of the discussion or by the end of the show today, we will have gotten more knowledge of how our leadership is structured, of how the kind of leadership we serve the people of Chavakali Ward, the people of Vihiga County, and that by this is going to be a turning point and a changing point of our leadership as a county and as a ward, as a general one.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ashivero, Honorable Ashivero. So, Honorable Ashivero is today here to speak of matters concerning leadership and political.
Leadership and political positions, in that case, politics to be general.
So we are here to speak of politics. It's not the politics of Nancy Pansy, Snoopy people, the Tommy, the crying Tommy. So it is the politics that is unheard of, the politics that is pure, politics away from all the lunatics and other practices. So you have said you are here to speak about leadership.
Yes.
And you have said you want to speak to people of Chavakali Ward.
Yes.
By the way, I'm curious. The Western region, it's very huge, yeah? Which counties are consisted in this Western region?
Okay, thank you again. In Western region, we have several counties, which include the county of Vihiga, which I dwell from. We have the county government of Kakamega. We have the county government of Busia, the county government of Ngoma, and in that case, summing up is the county government of Trans Nzoia. Yeah, so that makes up the entire Western region.
So that makes up the entire Western region.
Yes.
That's very amazing. So you have said you dwell in Vihiga County.
Yeah,
that is your place of
residence.
Yes,
that's my place of residence.
To be specific, Chavakali
Ward.
So today you are here to speak of leadership. Yes. Are you interested in leadership, in leading Chavakali Ward?
Yes, thank you again. As a young person, I've been greatly influenced, and I was really yearning to be a leader of the people of Vihiga, in particular Chavakali Ward. This is because I saw a gap, or I see a gap that is to be filled by the youth, but the youth themselves are not ready to take up the mantle, maybe because of some excuses. But into it, there are some of us who have seen it wise to counter it and throw ourselves into the field so that we can give back to the community and show people what the youth can do when given a chance to lead.
So Chavakali is wide.
Chavakali is wide.
Vihiga is wide.
Much wider.
And Western region, what do we say about it?
Western region is huge.
It's huge.
Yeah.
He says Western region is huge, Chavakali is wide, and Vihiga County is much wider. So, which position are you aspiring in this Chavakali one? Yeah, I know the position is. Tell us.
Oh, thank you again. Okay, I'm aspiring to become the member of County Assembly for Chavakali Ward. That is coming the year 2027.
2027.
Yes.
So pale nyumbani, wale mama, wale dada, wale ndugu wanakusikiza pale, they should be listening, keeping in their heart that 2027 we are having standing with Honorable HERBAT ASHIVERO.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. They should be keeping in mind that we are going to experience a moment of Pharaoh, a moment of exodus, a moment where we are going to get away from the leadership, or where people are not given the chance to engage, where people are not given the chance to be listened to, and they should prepare themselves for development, which is going to come their way overwhelming.
Yes, amazing. So, Honorable Ashivero, kindly tell us, apart from the time of youth coming to, standing up, taking the mantle, fighting for themselves, and everything else, what motivated you to aspire for this position?
Thank you again, Mr. Lucas. Okay, as I've said before, I'm from Vihiga County, in particular Chavakali Ward. I've schooled in Chavakali Ward from class 1, from that matter up to class 8. I did my KCP at Alombo Primary School, which is in Chavakali Ward. As a young man, I've grown and watched the tribulations and the problems that our people in Chavakali Ward are facing. So I'm very, very much knowledgeable of what's going on the ground. And having seen how the things on the ground are run, how people are suffering on the ground, and having seen the kind of situation, the dire situation in which people are living in, I saw it wise to take it as a motivation, not to give back, not to give up, but as a motivation to venture into leadership and come back and help my people and see to it that people are getting out of the dire that they are in.
So to be precise, you are doing this for the people.
Yeah.
If today I were to stand here or sit here and ask you, why are you vying for the position of county member of the assembly? That is, member of the county assembly, MCA.
Yes.
So you will tell us, me and the world, of course, and the people of Chavakali, that you are vying for this position for them.
Yeah, I'm vying for the position with the intent of giving back to the society and making a change in the society.
That's amazing. We've been speaking about matters, leadership. Every other person, every other politician has been coming day in, day out, saying the same thing, telling us their motivation, their manifesto, how they're going to help people. But before you go to that, do you really know the qualifications for one to vie for the city of vying?
Thank you again, Bwana Lucas. Yes, I'm very, very aware that as currently to become a member of county assembly, you must have undergone through some education, that is primary education and secondary education. Prior to the 2022 elections, there were some amendments, or there were some proposals to have the member of county assembly possess a degree, but it did not go through. So as of now, to become a member of county assembly, you have to possess at least some education in primary and secondary education.
Okay.
Yes.
So those are all the qualifications. I'm from Uganda,
Yes.
and I'm not from Uganda, of course, but someone from Uganda, Tanzania, or maybe Europe might find interest in running for that position. He or she might have lived in Kenya for several years, and is wishing that they can engage in this. Do you encourage them to do so?
Okay, first of all, thank you, Bwana Lucas, for that. There are some regulations and some laws that are governing certain position or certain aspiration in becoming a leader within the boundaries of the country. First of all, something that is very much fundamental, for you to be an aspirant for any political seat, you must be a citizen, a registered citizen in that matter of the Republic of Kenya. So if you are not a citizen and a registered one and a recognized one by the registrar of citizenship, you are not having any chance, or in that case, the jurisdiction does not allow you to vie for that position. So the position is reserved for the citizen of Kenya. Yeah, it's something that is inbound. Yes.
So the resident of Chavakali Ward, Vihiga County, Kenya as a country, Honorable Ashivero is here aspiring for the seat of member of county assembly, Chavakali Ward, you say?
Yes, that is.
So to be, a bit curious, what are some of the roles of the MCA? Are they just elected to go and sit in those seats, take the positions, enjoy the benefits, and just wait for the tenure to come to an end? Or what is their main role?
Thank you again, Bwana Lucas. Okay, the Constitution of 2010 really stipulated, during devolution, really stipulated in the Act the roles that the member of county assembly are supposed to participate in. We have three major roles. That's legislation, that's making policies and making laws that are governing the county assembly and the county government as a whole. We have representation. When you speak about representation, it's people have elected you into that office. They have employed you. They have put you there to represent them. So you are representing the people who elected you from the ward. Then another role the MCAs are playing is oversight. When we say oversight, it's like okay, you are following up on the projects the county government is undertaking, oversighting on the executive of the county. So you have to play oversight, representation, and legislation as a member of county assembly. So those are the roles that you are put in office to undertake, not just to sit as after you've been elected. You have to work.
You have to work.
You have to work.
So, Bwana Ashivero, you have said very well, legislation,
representation,
and
then oversight.
Do you think you can be a good watchdog?
Yeah, thank you again, Bwana Lucas. I think I can be a good watchdog. In that case, you mean oversight, playing oversight.
Yes.
I think it's much simple because you follow the laws that have been put in place. If you are a law-abiding citizen,
yes,
and you follow the laws, how the laws and the constitution is stipulating, carrying out the oversight role on the county government, that is in that matter the executive, is something that is so simple, given that you are an independent thinker and you are following the law. Yeah.
So you say we have had cases of governors and MCAs rubbing shoulders. The MCA are saying the governor is doing this and this and this is wrong. So we might say that is good oversight. They have been good watchdogs, right? But also we've had some governors coming forward saying it's personal vendetta. So what do you think of that? You say that these MCAs, these members of the county assemblies are elected by the people. They should play the role of oversight. They should play the role of legislation. They should play the role of representation. They are representing their people. They are making policies that are affecting the people directly and indirectly. And again, they are doing what they think is right concerning matters of county government running and executive. What do you think of the situation where MCAs and the county governors are rubbing shoulders and calling each other's names and publicly embarrassing each other.
Thank you again, Bwana Lucas. On that specific matter, I wish to explain it this way. First of all, members of county assemblies in their oversight role, it has been stipulated how they have to carry it out. There have been cases of maybe county executive and the county assembly rubbing shoulders when it comes to oversight role. Okay, you have to examine it in this way. What's the motive? Because some members of county assembly may do it and maybe see it proper to impeach a governor just because maybe he's not maybe towing into their line. Something that is not even something that is very uncouth. Because as a governor is not supposed to tow your line. A governor is supposed to do what is right according to the law and the constitution. A governor is supposed to carry out his mandate without favor or intimidation. Now, when the member of county assembly want the county chief officer, that is the governor, to do maybe things according to their will or according to the what is favoring them, that becomes uncouth, and that leads us to the question we ask ourselves: what is the motive of the member of county assembly? How is the relationship with the governor? And then it comes back to people who elected the MCA. When you are giving the MCA the mantle to take leadership of your ward, what did you have in mind, or what policies did he present to you, and you saw it better to elect him? Now that he's not even carrying out the oversight role, he's intimidating the chief of the county chief, that's the governor, and he's not even representative, because most of these people, once they have been elected, they are not even seen on the ground. And that's where we are taking, we as youth are taking this thing as serious and coming to the people themselves and telling them, we the youth have all the ability, we have the zeal and the energy to make a change. Give us a chance and the change will make it. We are not going to fight with the governor. We are going to do whatever took us there. And we are going to make it an oversight and not something of motive, fighting with the county executive.
Honorable Ashivero has said that once these people are elected, once the citizens have waken up very early in the dawn, trying to cast their votes for someone to elect their leaders, these leaders are being elected and they fly. They never use their motorcade. The ones they use for campaigning, they fly to various parts of the country and Kenya and the world, of course. They are never seen at home. What do you think makes them not to be seen at home?
Okay, thank you again, Bwana Lucas. Now this again drives us to during the campaign periods. During the campaign period, you have to examine, you have to evaluate and see to it, whatever this person is saying, is it realistic?
Okay.
Is it realistic? Someone maybe is promising you they are going to maybe make roads, they are going to do this, but from the deeds or maybe from the track record of the person, it is not even reflecting, right? Or maybe that person has his personal interest. So another thing that the gullible citizens are subjected to, someone comes campaigning and he gives you maybe some amount of token. Those kind of leaders, once you elect them, they are going to go back and they are now maybe going to surpass to amass the wealth, to give back or to fill back their bank from whatever they used during campaign while giving you. At it, you are happy, maybe you are given some amount of token, but for the entire period of 5 years, you are going to suffer. So you see, but there's maybe someone who did not give you something, or maybe he presented his ideas, agendas, or the visions and the mission that he had for you people, but you never elected the person. But it is never too late. If you look at some cases that have existed of the same kind, of where the latter was elected and then afterwards the other person came and was given a chance, these people are performing and they perform very exemplary.
Can I ask you something?
Yes, please.
Bwana Ashivero is telling us that you, the Mama Mboga, you, the Boda Boda, you should be keeping record track. Now, for your case, you are aspiring for the first time.
Yes.
Yule Mama Mboga yuko pale nyumbani, that Boda Boda at home. How do you expect them to keep your record?
Asante tena. Kwanza sana ukiangalia vile tunapoingia pale ground, tukipiga campaign, labda kwa mtu kama mimi ambapo naingia pale mara ya kwanza, kuna wale ambapo wamenitangulia uongozi wao, wameingia kwa uongozi, wamekuwa pale kwa uongozi miaka 5 au miaka 10. Yule Mama Mboga na yule Boda Boda amewaangalia, ameona yule akitakikana kama kuna fundraising mahali anafika, anasaidia hapa na hapa. Yule akitakikana kama kuna fundraising, kama kuna shida yoyote katika jamii hatokei. Mimi naingia pale mara ya kwanza na kuambia nitafanya hili na hili na hili na hili. Wenyewe wanajua kwamba huyu hii ni damu mpya ambayo inaingia katika uongozi. Sasa ni wao Mama Mboga na wale Boda Boda waseme wacha tuangalie, huyu tumempa uongozi hakutusaidie. Huyu hapa anataka uongozi, na tukimwangalia vile ambavyo anaongea, tukiangalia mpango yake vile inaenda, tunaona kwamba tukimpatia uongozi atatuongoza vizuri na maendeleo ambayo anatuahidi yatatufikia.
So you are a believer that you can send a hungry dog to the forest or to the jungle to do hunting for you?
No.
You are not a believer.
I'm not a believer
of such. So it totally contradicts with whatever you told us. That these politicians, they are running away after being elected into the office because some of them during the campaign period, they dished out gifts, tokens.
Yes, tokens.
And they were elected by these people. And whenever they go to that office, into that office, they accumulate wealth to replace the one that was used during the campaign period. That is why I asked you, are you a believer that you can send a hungry dog into the jungle to do the hunting for you?
In that matter, thank you again. In that matter, it depends. Now here we look at the scenarios. You are sending a hungry dog to do hunting for you. In what circumstances are you doing so? And maybe what type of dog are you sending? In that matter of case, I'll come to saying that tukiingia katika mambo ya uongozi, tunapoongelea katika mambo ya uongozi hapa, kuna wale vile umesema, kuna wale viongozi ambapo ukishawapigia kura ataenda na aende kabisa kwa sababu alitoa kitu kidogo, na kuna yule kiongozi ambaye labda anataka kukula na watu lakini hata baada ya uchaguzi atarudi. And that brings us to the matter of integrity in leadership. Yes, an integral leader, one who has been brought up straightforwardly, one who does not know shortcuts. Even if they use some resources maybe to do their campaigning, they will maybe take it as an obligation. And if they are committed to carrying out the development, they will still do so. But other leaders, even if in whatever circumstance they are, they will still cheat. But let me maybe again put it in this case: what is the motive of the leader? Why you are electing the leader? What qualities are you putting in mind while electing the same leader? Are you putting in mind they give me something, or I want development, or I'm putting in mind the future of my kids or the future of the generation, or I want the development of my country or my world? That is something that the electorate should be putting into mind. And that's why we are coming out to and presenting ourselves to the electorate. We are the young, because this country, or maybe this country as a large, is made up of the young people who should be leading, in the various positions, who should be conducting maybe the public education, and kuzuia wale wananchi wasije wakaangukia mitego ya wale viongozi walafi ambao wametutangulia. Ndio maana sisi viongozi vijana tunaingia katika uwanja wa ulingo wa siasa.
That's amazing. A quick question.
Yes.
can we use manifesto as a measure of leadership integrity?
No, I think a manifesto is something that someone has just come together, or maybe such expertise and written. But then, even if we are to use it, we should evaluate how practical is it, because someone may be having big manifestos, big plans, but in other terms, in another matter, if you evaluate the same manifesto, it cannot even take it can take close to 30 years into realization. But if you are electing a leader as of now, you want to see the development as of now in a lifespan of 1 to 5 years. So we as the youth should come out, because we have the energy, we have the knowledge, and we have the capacity to come out and educate the gullible electorate. Tuambie kwamba ukiangalia haya manifesto ambayo yamekuweka hapa, haya yanawezekana, haya hawezekani. Ukiangalia manifesto unajua hili inawezekana, hili haiwezekani. Lakini hatuwezi dwell sana pale kwa manifesto. Mpaka tuangalie vitu vingine.
So, Honorable Ashivero, just some question, very quick one.
Yeah.
Do you believe we can do development in Kenya, in Vihiga County, and with all the resources? Do you believe that, given the proper resources, we can develop?
Thank you, Bwana Lucas. I'm a believer in change. In that matter, I'm a believer in change in the society. Because the days that our great or forefathers lived in are very different from what we are living in and what the generation to come are living in. Given proper funding and given proper methods of leadership, or given good leaders who know how to spend or how to utilize our resources, development is something that is not even a dream. It's something that is very realistic, and it's something that you can see it in short term, given that the resources, the revenues that you are collecting, the leaders that you are electing are development oriented.
So I'm very much right to say that I can perform, I can accomplish a job meant to take 4 years in 1 year, with proper revenues, proper leadership, proper resources.
Yes, you can.
Thank you. So, Mr. Ashivero, when were these county government offices formed?
Thank you, Bwana Lucas. The county government came about after devolution thing was thought about, and that was in 2010, after the promulgation of the new constitution. That is when the county government came up, and the constitution established 2 levels of government. That's the national government and the county government. That is because of enhanced development and maybe making development closer to the people.
Yes. That was under the Article 176, you said?
No, that was under the new constitution.
Under Article 176 of the same constitution.
You say so, yeah?
Yes. Thank you. So, you say that the qualifications for an MCA is to have basic education.
Yeah, basic education.
I've gone to primary school, I've gone to secondary school, but then what do you have to say about Section 22 of the Election Act 2022 that was asking for the aspirants to be having a degree from a recognized public or private university in Kenya?
Oh, thank you again, Bwana Lucas. If you look at the 2022 election, wawakilishi wale walikuwa wanatakiwa kuwa na degree, na kila kitu ambacho kilileta hii ni unaangalia katika uongozi. Ukiangalia kidogo katika uongozi, ukiangalia yule jamaa ambaye kidogo ana masomo kidogo ambaye yana kiwango cha juu, na ulinganisha na yule jamaa ambaye amepata uongozi na lakini kiwango cha masomo kiko chini, unapata ule uongozi kweli anao, lakini yule ambaye anapitisha zile policies na zile miswada si yeye, bali anaangalia mtu mwingine kando, someone who cannot communicate their dreams, or maybe the person who has been elected, he has the ambitions, he has goodwill, but he's not the one performing the duties. But now, and with, if they're performing the duties, if they go to the county assembly, I've told you that the MC has 3 roles. That's legislation, that is representation, and oversight. Critical is legislation. In the county assembly, we are going to deal with formulation of policies and laws. Someone who is less knowledgeable, he won't even contribute. If you look at it's a fact. If you look at the county assembly, some people, without them coding, they are just there by the virtue of being present to draw allowances.
Not just in the county government.
Not just even in the national assembly. But for that matter, in the national assembly, you must have the qualification, right?
Yes, you must.
Yeah, that's why we were trying to.
But they are still with the qualification. They are still sleeping. They are still doing.
No, they are not really still sleeping. As they are doing, at least they are doing something.
By sitting there.
No, not by sitting there. At least by the way they can give their contribution regarding policies formulation.
I mean, they're doing that.
No, they are trying to do it.
I mean, they are trying to do it by being there, by being present.
Not by virtue of being present. They are at least contributing. Contribution is a factor.
We have seen names called. We have seen honorables being scouted out of the parliament.
Okay.
Because of sleeping in the parliament. Some of them have not contributed any motion, any debate. They haven't said anything. They are having the degree. So, is it happening? The same thing? Is it happening in the county assembly?
Okay, let me hit the ball right, and let me just put it this simple here. There are some people who are blessed naturally. They are talented leaders, maybe. So I have 2 contradicting views about the introduction of degree requirement for one to become an MC. We have seen some guys who are just maybe born natural leaders.
Yes.
And given that there are people who, a member of county assembly is someone who interacts with the real voter. They are the people who are tasked with interacting, knowing the actual thing on the ground, right? So it was thought clear that for them to communicate the government policies, county government policies, that some basic education plus a degree it was a good requirement. That was thought for. But then when it went for approval, some people thought that it was unfair, maybe to pass the term because it would have blocked out some people.
Who are these people?
Maybe activists.
Okay.
Yeah, activists.
Okay.
Yeah, some activists came out and say, "Oh, you may be locking out some potential leaders." But and the same thing, if you come back and see that, maybe compare that person who has maybe a degree and that person who has maybe some basic education, the qualities are somehow, or the kind of leadership structures or style, somehow contradicting itself, or somehow they are different. You can't compare, like day and night. This one is performing well, this one is trying to perform, but at the same time still performing this man.
Okay, fine. So, to be very clear, the issue of the degree was brought down by the High Court of Kenya because it was lacking one thing.
Yes.
When the Parliament was passing this enactment in 2022, they never involved the public participant.
Yeah.
There was no public participant. And the High Court of Kenya thought that it is very much unfair for the Parliament to do that, so it was scrapped out. That brings me to the next question, Honorable Ashivero. Do you believe that the MCAs should be literate? And if you do, why?
Yeah, thank you again, Lucas. As a matter of fact, any person who is entrusted with a public office to lead a people, to handle government cases, to handle government finances, and to lead in any public office, I think it's a guarantee that that person should be literate.
They should be literate.
They should be literate. In that case, literate in matters leadership, literate in matters financial, and matters political at large.
So thank you again. Honorable Ashivero has said that the MCA is there to play three major roles. You said legislation, representation, and oversight. So it will be pertinent for an MCA to be literate, simply because for easy management of the local resources, to run the public office, to do proper oversight, and for proper representation in the county assembly, you said. And for cases of legislation, they need to make and pass laws that are good for their people, for the people they are representing.
Yes.
So the issue of literacy is key.
Is key
in this context. That is very nice of you. So someone out there might be asking, actually, I want to be an MCA. Yeah, I can't be an MCA, of course. I want to be a governor.
Possible.
It is very possible.
Very much.
And when I wake up from my dream, I want to be the president.
At this matter of age.
So, coming back to the MCA level, does anyone has to pay anything for them to buy for this position? Is it a just walk-in thing? I just come and knock on the door and tell them, hey, I'm here, I have just come to represent myself in front of you, asking for your votes, and kindly vote for me. I want to be an MC. Or do I have just to follow some policies, some protocol, the procedure, pay some, some money, or whatever?
Thank you again, Bwana Lucas. For you to be given that is a political seat, there are some procedures that have been set up by the Constitution of 2010 with how you have to handle yourself. Of course, let's take for a case of a passenger. When you are walking on the road, maybe you are going to a destination. You are going for a destination. The road is there open to the public. You can walk on it. But now here comes the case. You want to be assisted to walk. You want to be assisted to go to your destination, and you board a vehicle. And reach quickly. You have to pay for it.
Yes.
So we as politicians, how do we pay? How do we do this? If you join a political party, in this case, there is nominations. So you pay for a subscription and nomination fee of a party to be part of it, so that you can be nominated.
How much is it?
I can't give exact figures, but it depends with the particular political party you're vying on. So each political party have their own amount that is set for each level of leadership, MCA, MP. Yeah, each own political party have their own set amount that an aspirant has to submit before vying for any position.
So does it mean that if I choose not to run under any political party today, I have got to pay nothing?
You have to go. You still have to pay something,
which is
trust to the public.
I mean,
you must pay the public. They must trust you.
You dish out.
That is yes. That's trust.
Yeah.
Yes. So there are three things you have to pay. You have to pay. You can, not you must. You have. You can pay, or you can choose not to. That is, maybe if you belong to a political party, you are going to use it as a car. So you have to pay nomination fees. Then to the political party formation. In return, the political parties, maybe somehow at some level, at some position, you are going to ride on them as maybe a tool, or they are going to support you at some point for your aspirations. Then another thing, you have to pay something to the public, which I know is trust. You have to sell your policies and your manifesto to the public so that they give you their trust. And that is, you have paid, and you got their trust.
We are speaking of monetary.
Yeah, and in some monetary value wise, the current politics that the leadership is engaging in, you still have to pay to something to the public.
And that is why I asked you, do you believe that I can send a hungry dog to the jungle to hunt for me? The answer is no.
Okay,
There is no way.
you say that. You say that, but for me, for example,
There is no way in Kenya. Let me tell you that. It has been happening. Probably
That's-
you might need some juju for you to do that.
that's why we are saying now this is coming, we are coming into new generation of leadership. We want to change the mentality that the country is having, and this is maybe this is going to begin in Viga County and in Chavakali. Want to be specific. Hey, your son has gone to school. He is not employed. He's back here. He wants to be employed. There's no one to employ him because of they are having no connection. Can you change the mentality and make it maybe happen different in a different way? Make it be in a different way so that once your child finishes school, they are sure that even without the connection, without the financial muscle, that there's something somewhere they are going to attach themselves, or they are going to use their education that they have earned expensively to earn a status in the community, and just not because of connection, and that they are going to make good use of the education that they have acquired painfully.
Okay.
And we are hoping that that mentality of maybe connection or financial, that you can't send a dog, like you say, the hungry dog to maybe to fetch something for you, maybe a meat or something.
To the jungle to do a hunting for you.
Yeah, we want to change the mentality so that even without the political connection, without the finances, once you as a parent you struggled and you send your son or your daughter or your cousin or whatever to acquire knowledge, you are assured of something from your investment. Yes.
It's a hungry dog, man. It's man society. So
You say so.
it's really amazing to engage with you.
Yes, thank you.
And I'm loving the discussion. It's amazing. What was Chavakali? How is the discussion? Tell us what you think in the comment section. Keep watching till the end because there are yummy stuff in here. Things are getting smoky.
Oh yes.
Oh yes. So stay tuned. So Honorable HERBAT ASHIVERO,
Yes.
we have seen so many leaders, so many sweet leaders. Oh, let's call them so many sweet politicians. They've been coming, same stories day in, day out. And these citizens, they are not fools. They are not gullible, as you call them. They are intelligent. They are tricksters. They are informed. They are not duped. They're not duped. They've been listening to this over and over again, and they come to a position in life and they say, you know what? Enough is enough with these politicians, with these hypocrisy. But before we discuss of hypocrisy and political malfunctioning, tell us, what is the brief history of Chavakali leadership, Chavakali world leadership? What is this brief history? How many have been there? How many have performed as per your information? Yeah, tell us something briefly.
Once again, thank you, Bwana Lucas. Chavakali ward, since the constitution was passed, the first MCA was Honorable Stephen Mugalitsi, one whom I know personally very well. That guy served for one term, and during his term, I think he tried much, but maybe he did not perform as the people of Chavakali expected. And that is why you saw that he was not re-elected. That is the problem that came about, because I can single out some cases. Like I remember, like in Kilingili market, Then MCA went, even the people of Chavakali are witness to this, came and built a market that had only 4 stalls, and that is a concrete market, 4 stalls. That meaning that there are only 4 people, 4 mama bogas who are going to sit in and use it. And if you look at
You mean the whole market is just having
4 stalls and it's a concrete thing. And if you look at the amount of money that was spent in that thing, you wonder, this development, is this a market to the people? What is it?
okay?
And if you maybe do a population count of the people, the mama bogas, the mutu bodabodas in that particular market, it's a very, very, very big number. Then you think you come in and say, which kind of leader did we elect? Currently, we have Honorable Gladys Inyanje, with the current MCA. I don't think much has happened, but given that this is the second year of the term, we are hoping that we as people of Chavakali, that before 2027, where we are going to usher in youthful and new leadership, that she would have performed according to the expectation that the people of Chavakali are hoping her to perform too.
Okay, you said much hasn't happened.
Yes.
What makes you think that these people watching this video are going to believe that you come here, you're going to make much to happen? Because you have told us the history of Chavakali briefly, Chavakali world, how money has been misused, how projects have been misprojected, and you say it's a mockery to the people. So what makes you think that these people are going to believe that you're going to bring much?
Thank you very much, Madam Lucas. Again, when I come to this, I speak of matters integrity. People have been elected on maybe to do with the matters tribalism maybe, and maybe people while electing people, watu wanaangalia kwamba huyu ni mtu wetu, nikimchagua nitapata maybe kazi fulani ama kandarasi fulani mahali fulani, na sisi tusipo na huyu anasema na sisi tumpigie yule kura kwa sababu anatoka mahali pale, atoki hapa, kwa hivyo hata tuwakilisha. But me as a youth, as someone who has grown and gotten the support of the community to get the education I'm acquiring right now, and having known the challenges that the common mwananchi on the ground is going through, and not having no intent in creating luxury in the funds or the development agendas that I myself will initiate, I believe that with integrity, with the openness, and with involvement and the good, the willpower to listen to the people, listening to the people and them telling you, Mheshimiwa, we want you to start here, we want you to start here. Currently, the leaders who are there, even you can't see them on the ground. They send representatives. And once you send a representative will tell you what you want to hear, not what people have said.
Not what people are.
Yeah, they will tell you what you want, what will make you happy, so that you continue giving them money, and you will never know what's on the ground. But you will never know what's on the ground. But with the youthful leadership, we have the ability, we have the capacity, we have the energy to go onto the ground and fetch the information, first-hand information for ourselves. And once you go to the ground and see the real situation on the ground, you have a glimpse of what is happening. And you see, when I make it, you see that if I make changes here and make changes here, this is going to come in line. Here is going to be corrected. The misconception that was brought about here is going to be corrected. Development programs that have been initiated and they were not complete. The funds that were supposed to do this and they were diverted. There will not be any diversion, because you as a person, you as a leader, you are following the funds. You are seeing to it that every single penny, every single revenue that the people are raising is being put into rightful use, and that is not going to divert into people's pockets.
That's amazing. Yes. Incredible. Awesome. So, it is good that you have a glimpse of leadership and politics. It is good that you have aspirations. It is good. It's amazing that you have visions. I'm curious to ask, could you just give us a brief history of yourself as a politician and as a leader? Because you have already told us that you are aspiring to the seat of the MCA, you're already in the political arena. Now, share us about it briefly.
Thank you, Bwana Lucas. As I told you earlier, there are some people who are just maybe born leaders. And once you are born a leader, you will strive to see to it that in everywhere you see that I can present myself and an opportunity comes, you grab it once. Nilipokuwa kiongozi, nilipojiunga na shule ya msingi ya Halomba Primary School, there is where I schooled. I schooled there from class 1 to class 8. When I was there, I was a leader, a dining prefect. That is was me as young as class 5. Then when I came to class 6, I was elected the class secretary. In class 7, class 8, I was elected again the school librarian. That's election because the primary it was a primary, yes, but they were doing elections.
You had to go and
yeah, you want to send your manifesto to the little kids, to the other lower level, so that they can vote for you. And for you to do that, you have to win their trust. They have to trust you. They have to know that their aspirations or maybe their grievances will be added to the administration. When it came to high school, the high school that I went to, St. Charles Lwanga High School, that is in Kakamega County, and in that institution there were no elections, but there were the teachers and the teaching and non-teaching staff. They were engaged in they appoint leaders. They go through vetting, then you are sworn in as a leader. There were no elections because maybe they believe that when they give chances to students to elect their leaders, they elect those people who are wrong. Those people, yeah, people who are going maybe to spoil the institution. So while in Form 1, I was a leader at some point. While in Form 2, 3, 4, I was appointed as a class secretary. By then they were called class secretary. I did my best, and this was the most challenging time of my leadership journey, because at that point you are having some friends, and it's very easy for you to lose friends in high school, because maybe someone wants you to do whatever they want, not whatever is right. Maybe someone, if he's right and doing something wrong, you have to hide them because they're your friends. But then you ask your conscience, is this right I'm doing? I've been elected, appointed as a leader. I have to show my master that I'm doing work well and that I'm holding to my integral values. Then came to here in Pwan University, where I'm currently undertaking my science degree, that's bachelor's degree. I've been a leader in several clubs and societies, and in that matter, I've been a critic in PUDC, something that has given me great knowledge in leadership and great knowledge in debating, something that is aptitude for any person who wants to be a lawmaker or someone who wants to be a legislator in this country. And back at home, I'm also a leader for the youth. Yeah, so
back in Chabakali?
Yeah, I'm a leader for the youth.
What's the name of the youth group?
I think it's called Hirash.
You think it's called?
It is called Hirash. I don't think it's called Hirash. And in my own part also, I've been the founder of Hirash Business Ventures, where I sit on the board. And also, I've been a leader now of the agricultural platform, which I founded in Delhi in the year back 2021. A platform that gives agricultural innovation ideas, and something that I will see implemented in Chabakali ward, so that the people of Chabakali ward can turn up their subsistence agricultural farming, which generates a big amount of revenue for Chabakali, for people of Vihiga. So with Agrifine in me, I see that it's going to turn around the lives of the mama bogas and people who are involved in agricultural ventures like keeping fish, rearing of fish, which is highly practiced in Vihiga County, and in that matter, Chapakali ward. Yeah. So with that, I think it's going to help those people, and it's going to spur economic development of our people.
Again, we have two issues. I'll ask you the first thing. Should we consider doing what is right or doing the right? Do we do the right thing or doing what is right? What is the difference?
Thank you very much. Doing the right thing and doing what is right. As someone who is principled, I believe that as a leader or as someone who has been mandated to lead, you should always aspire yourself to do whatever is right. Yes.
What about doing the right thing?
I don't know if it's one and the same thing. You say so. You say so, but as a leader,
so the people who are watching this video, I know we are having people from Vihiga County. I know we are having people from Chapakali ward. I know we are having people from all other parts of Kenya and all other parts of the world. So it is a question that has been asked by so many leaders before. And in the political forum, you find yourself as a politician, as a leader, being asked to do what is right. And others are telling you, do the right thing. As a leader and as a politician, I should say as a leader who is principled, who is value oriented, you should do the right thing.
Okay.
When you will say do what is right, you are having a friend of yours, they think, hey, come on, boss, mheshimiwa, this is the right thing. But you say no. Do what is right. I might be telling you to go this direction. I think that is what is right. But in the real sense, doing what is right is going the opposite direction. I know it's conflicting and it's mind challenging, but think about it. Another thing, another issue. What is the difference between leadership and politics? What is the difference between leadership and politics, as per your understanding?
Thank you again, Lucas. Okay, with the leadership, some people are even born leaders. So a leader is someone who has influence. You influence. You are in that position to influence maybe some agendas, or maybe to give a certain group the direction they have to take. Now, in politics, it's also leadership, but it is associated with power. In that it is perceived that you have control over your subject. That once I came to you, I campaigned, maybe I used my resources, or maybe you gave me the mantle after I campaigned. Now I have the power over you. You gave me the power to present you, so I have power over you. But at the same time, when someone maybe has been even given a political seat or position, and they have leadership in them, so someone can go into politics, but they don't have the leadership skills in them. At the same time, someone may go into politics and be a politician, and at the same time, they are a leader. So a combination of leadership and politics, then it comes together, and we get what we call full leadership, or maybe
political leadership.
Yeah, political leadership.
Do you believe we, as per what you say, do you believe we have leadership in politics?
Yes.
Amazing. So, there is something very disturbing I saw that has been trending. And when we speak of matters, leadership, and politics, and political leadership, so many activists, so many humanitarians have spoken about.
Yes.
The issue I'm speaking of is the issue of gender-based violence. It is everywhere. It is in Canada, it's in US, it's in UK, it's in Africa, it's in South Africa, it's in everywhere. Yeah. So you saw the video that was trending. I know in some parts of Vihiga, Chavakali world, women have been beaten up by their husbands, sisters being beaten up by their brothers and boyfriends, also men being beaten up by their women, and vice versa. What do you have to say about GBV?
Thank you again, Bwana Lucas. Yeah, when it comes to this GBV thing, it's a pertinent issue, an issue of much concern, and an issue that is biting us national, not just only in Vihiga County, but national, also international. So when we are approaching such matters, we ask ourselves, first of all, what is the possessing agent of such, and who are the people, or what age bracket of people are more affected? Yes. What are the plans that we as leaders are putting in place? Yes. Like for example, maybe I take it from this angle. The people who are majorly affected, maybe if I may say, are youth, the boy child and the girl child, because in this particular case, all of them are affected.
Yeah.
So, what are the various programs, various mentorship programs, or various educative programs that the leaders are putting in place to help curb the GBV? Are the leaders introducing mentorship programs? Are we having public education to educate our boys or our young men that this is, if you do this, it is wrong, it is you can be prosecuted and you can be jailed? And then in the justice system, are we having the right people to prosecute the case that if someone is found guilty, are they going to be jailed, or are they going to be subjected to serve the right sentence? Or is there going to be any kind of intimidation or coercion of witnesses, so that the same thing is withdrawn, so that after the public has seen that so and so did this and it was gender-based violence and this happened to them, they will say, oh no, let me desist from this, because if I do this, the hand of the authorities will get up to me and I will suffer. Okay, we are speaking about the mentorship programs. The leadership of the county, or even the national leadership, they have to put in place policies and programs to see to it that these GBV cases are reduced. Like for example, if you put in place programs that are going to help the youth to have the health of their mental awareness, because most of these cases are coming mental awareness because maybe of love triangles or maybe family issues, marriage issues. But if we have counseling sessions where we are guiding these youth on every step that they are going to take into their life, I think these kind of GBV issues that we are experiencing as a county, or maybe as a general county, they are going to reduce in number. So as to me, we have to formulate policies, we have to put in place programs, mentorship programs, in that case, that are going to educate our young women, our young men, our boys and girls on the dangers, the possibilities, the causing agents, and how we are to avoid the gender-based violence.
That's amazing. So we have spoken of one issue that is very disturbing. So many people out there are asking so many questions. We have seen people from everywhere, all over the world, coming to speak about this. Activists, lawyers, judiciary itself as an organ, policy makers. and everyone. It's very amazing to hear that you have a strong opinion as a leader and as an aspiring candidate of Chavakali Ward. Yes. So, if Chavakali, the people of Chavakali, were to elect you today, what are some of the things you are going to do to them? Tell them. Tell them your manifesto. Tell them your ideas. What are you going to do for them? They are watching. They are waiting to hear from you.
Thank you again, Bwana Lucas. First of all, I will delve into matters that are affecting the people of Chavakali Ward. You people of Chavakali Ward are witnesses to what I'm saying right now. When you go to Chavakali Ward, the road transport network is very, very poor. There are even some places that are not connected to roads, or there are some roads that are there, but they are impassable during rain seasons. The issue of road has been spoken about. Everyone comes with a clear plan. Everybody, it is budgeted for, but we never see a realization to this. There are some roads, if you go to Wanondi, Wamage, and Viano, those roads have never been, even in Halomo, those roads have been there, they are in the map, but no one is working on them. In Kilingili market, for example, the mama bogas there, the women there, in Viano market, for example, those mama bogas and those border people, they are depending on their work to feed their families and to fend for their own family and even to do their savings. But then the lighting system is not there. How are you going to carry out your businesses when the security lights are not installed very well, that your security is assured of? There have been cases of people being murdered in Kiligili market, for example, something that could have been prevented. While there security lights, something like that could not have happened. While there are people who are responsible, something like that could have been prevented. The road from Stelikisa all the way to Kilingili, that road has been dilapidated. The governor himself uses that road. It is full of potholes, but we people are afraid to call out our leaders and tell them, hey, you are mandated to do this and this. Come and do your role. But if we keep quiet and leave to them, the role won't be fulfilled. The people of Chavakali Ward as a whole, they depend on agriculture, and for this case, subsistence farming. But there have been either little or no development or maybe development projects to aid the people, like in livestock farming, the cattle dips. You have to walk distance to get them. If you Chavakali Ward is famous for fish farming, there are no development for constructing fish cooling plants, so that those people who are engaged in aquaculture can have their fish transported as fresh as possible to the market. We are having gold deposits in Chavakali Ward, in Kichutu, in Vialo. The county government has not put in the development infrastructure and the safety measures to enable gold miners to go about it. So this goes on endangering the lives of people who are mining the gold, and so little is taken, or so little is realized from the wide and the vast gold deposit that we are having. Let's put ourselves in this shoe, that the gold miners were equipped with the infrastructure they deserve. The emergency response team is there, and they are giving the support they require. That will raise the GCP to a wide and to a large bracket, and the county government will receive a wide revenue collection as compared to the revenue collection that we're experiencing now. So my proposal is, we are going to establish youth employment opportunities by creating hubs where the youth can get maybe even digital jobs. Another thing, we are going to invest in security, so that our mama bogas and border people can have at least an 18-hour or 16-hour economy, so that we don't, by 7, you have to go home fearing for your security. We are going to ensure that the roads have been well catered, that all the roads, either they are tarmac or they have maram put on them, so that movement will be easy. We are going also to ensure that all the kids in Chavakali wards are accessing quality education. Why? Because we are going to put aside ward welfare kitty, that after the kids from the ward have passed the examination, we have the opportunities and we have the foundation to connect to them so that they secure the high school education or the university education, so that we don't see the cases of school dropout we are seeing. We are going to hold our leaders, our executive of the county to account, so that every penny, every resource that is allocated to development is going to do development, that is not going to be diverted to other uses.
That's amazing.
Yes.
Do you think we are having any other problems in this word that you haven't spoken?
Yes.
Yes.
Health. Health is something that is so troubling. Like for growing up, I knew of Carol Afandi Medical Clinic that was popular, that has been serving the people of Chavakali ward, that is maternal, either maternal or outpatient. I also know some like Alpha Clinic in Chavakali. So matters health, we have to get clinics closer to the people. If not even the level 4 hospital, or if not even the Mbali hospital, at least we have to get maybe ambulances, so that once our people are sick, they can access health services seamlessly. We can make them also the emergency wing. We must make it functional, so that when our people are, the emergency cases are there, they are responded quickly. We also have to make our security men, we have to make them respond to issues of security, not just responding to issues of arresting the usual suspect, but they must respond to matters affecting the general public.
Thank you very much. Honorable Ashivero, you said Honorable
Herbert
has told us there's so many problems that are existing there. There's so many solutions that can be used to mitigate these problems, and he has also told the manifesto to you guys. Ametuambia anataka kufanyia nini mama mboga, ametuambia anataka kufanyia nini bodaboda guy, ametuambia anataka kufanyia nini dada zetu, ndugu zetu, vijana wetu pale mtaani, and he's here today asking for your votes, the Chavakali one, as an MCA, member of the county assembly. My main question is why? After telling us all this, how do you plan to bring water, electricity, care, and other resources close to these people that are watching?
Thank you again, Bwana Lucas. A matter of great importance is water. Clean water has been a very big problem to people of Chavakali ward. Like in the case study of Kiligili market, the then MCA, the first MCA, did some pipings of water that was supposed to go to Kiligili market. The same has never been a realistic thing. The people of Kiligili nowadays have to pay people to carry water on their backs to add to their houses, and they pay for it expensively. Another thing, you even don't know if the water is safe for drinking or is unsafe, because you have to pay someone to do it. And it's something that once the county government, once you elected a representative, he has to go and give your case in the county assembly that my ward is poorly connected to electricity. There are no security lights. That my ward is lacking essential things like water. Water is something that's very essential. Once there is water in some essential market like Kiligili market, some problems will be sorted out. You see, so something like health. Once we sort up, it's something that is achievable with the mobilization of resources. How are we going to help the county to generate its own revenue? By investing in agriculture, infrastructure-wise and machine-wise. How are you going to make that to see to it that things in agriculture, or maybe produce of agriculture, is reaching the market on time? By investing in roads, we are going to make the roads. We are going to make the roads for people perfect. We are going to connect people to electricity. We have to make electricity go into the villages so that people are connected, and also something to do with the water connection. Come on, it's something that is realistic, but without sending someone who is knowledgeable, so that to represent you to the county assembly. Someone who is going to present their own interest at the National Assembly. Someone who has no goodwill for the people. How is that going to be done?
So Honorable HERBAT ASHIVERO here is telling us that all you need as people of Vihiga County as large, because we are having so many wards in Vihiga County. If
Yeah, about 22.
If at all the people in Vihiga County could unite and listen to this intelligent man seated here today with me about the work plans and everything, you only need 3 things in a leader. You only need best, not just good, not just better. You need the best legislation. You need the best representation, and also you need best.
You need to go to the ground and
oversight.
Yeah, you need to go to the ground and get the first-hand information of whatever people are going through the ground, not being told by someone, by seeing it by your own eyes.
That is an active leader, not a passive one.
Yeah.
Not someone who is going to sit there in the back of the office, send someone and tell them, hey, hi, how are you doing? Could you just pass by some market and ask the people how they are doing their problems, write them down on a notebook, or maybe just take a video, a short one, and send it to me. Come on. You are the leader.
You are the leader. You have to
Those
get the people
elected you. They need to hear from you. They need to see you. So that's amazing. That's been very much okay. So what makes you fit for this position?
First of all, I'll say that it has been a norm. Watu wamekuwa wakisema kwamba vijana wadogo hawawezi uongozi kwa sababu hawana ule uzoefu wa kufanya kazi, lakini tunaona kwamba hawa wazee, hata licha ya kwamba ni wazee wetu tunawachagua kwenda pale uongozini, wengi wao hawafanyii wananchi kazi. Wengi wao wanaenda pale kusaidia watu wao kupata kazi, wala si kusaidia wale ambao waliwachagua. Wanaenda pale kufanya ule ufisadi kwa mara mingi. Lakini sasa sisi tunasema kwamba sisi tunakuja, we are coming with a clean integrity record. We are coming with fresh blood, new energy, energized and with a vision for the youth, who are the main people in the society or in the current society we are living in. And once you leave the youth out of anything that you are planning, then you are contributing to crime, because they will have nothing to do and they will opt for crime. But once you engage the youth and make them count, then the development agendas will be real. Wacha wazee ambao wametutangulia watupe huo uzoefu, sisi kama viongozi watutume twende tukawakilisha wale wananchi. Kweli tunawaenzi, lakini we will seek wisdom from them. But as matters leadership, we as the youth, once we will, given that we will be waiting to be endorsed, no one is going to endorse us. We have to thrust forward and throw ourselves into the field so that we can get the leadership and push the development agenda to the people and see to it that development is happening. But if we say that we are waiting to get experience, then it will take us the whole lives of our kids for us to be old.
It's gonna take us a millennium.
Yeah, a millennium. So the youth will be coming, and instead of them going for leadership, they will say, "Let me maybe wait and get an experience." But how? The masses want you because you've been taken to school, you gain some knowledge. Now, why don't you come back to the society and give back? You've been given the knowledge. Yes, you have the knowledge. That knowledge is enough experience to take you to the people, ask the votes, go and represent them, do some legislation for them, and bring the development to them. Yes. So whatever makes me fitted for that, I believe I'm youthful enough, I'm ambitious enough, and I have planned for the people of Chebakali, the people of border, the main people. We as politicians use during campaigns, but after campaigns, we are never having a clear plan for them. The mama mbogas, we are never having a clear plan for them, right? But we as youth, they are our mothers, they are our fathers, they are our big brothers. We have to see to it that there are programs that will benefit them.
Amazing. So let me just ask you something. There has been cases where the MCAs, I'm going to give you a practical example. You are aware of what happened in Meru,
Yes, I.
in Governor Kavera Mwangaza's place.
Yes.
You know what happened? The quarrel between the MCA and the governor. Sometime back in Nairobi County, something of the sort also was experienced. The MCAs are trying to impeach the governor. I know we had spoken of this, but do you think the work of the MCA should be monitored by the county bosses? The county bosses being the governor.
Thank you, Bwana Lucas. On this case, I think the MCS are supposed to oversight, or are supposed to see the development plans or the policies that they have passed in the county assembly. They are being acted upon by the by the governor. But then, for the case of maybe Meru County, maybe that's something that to do with a patriarchal society, a society that believes that they have to lead and that no one else is mandated to lead, you see. And that's why we are saying the members of county assembly, they have to go to the county assembly to represent the people, to legislate, not with other motives to undermine the leadership. So there must be a mutual environment or a mutual memorandum of understanding of work between MCS and the county chief. So it's something that's independent. Everyone should do their work. You are the county boss. You are overseeing the entire county. I'm formulating policies to help you carry out your plans. So I have to do my work devoid of intimidation and coercion. And you as the county boss, you have to follow whatever the county assembly is directing you, given that it's the right thing, that it is the right thing that you are saying, because you can't follow something wrong that the house is directing you to do, and you have your own conscience, and you have your own advisors, and you have understanding in law and policy making. So probably you won't follow if it's wrong, and now it will come into some fights, and that brings us into personal vendetta and conflict resolution mechanism. There has to be conflict resolution mechanism to see to it that differences within the governor and the member of county assemblies are not witnessed, and that the public, maybe public name calling or public shaming is not happening. It's something that's to be solved.
Can I ask you something?
Go ahead.
When we are speaking of doing what is right and doing the right thing, what is the concept behind it? The government might feel doing something is really good for the county, but the legislature in the county assembly, they think doing the opposite is the right thing. You as the aspiring candidate, as the aspiring MCA of Chavakaliwa, one day you'll be seated there as a MCA. The governor is thinking that starting with bringing electricity near to the people of Chapakali is the right thing. Yeah? But you think doing what is right for them is giving them water. What do you have to say about it?
Thank you, Bwana Lucas. Then that brings us to the question of public participation, because as a member of county assembly, you are representing the people, meaning that you engage with the people on daily basis. So once a proposal has come from the executive, you are going to go to the people and tell them this has been proposed. Yeah, the people are the ones who are going to give you their views. They are going to tell you, hey, I'm not interested in this. Hey, this is bad because of this and this. Because they will always give you reason why they are either opposing or proposing, or supporting or not supporting. They will always give you valid reasons. So once the members of county assembly have been given the valid responses and reasons why against or why for, then they come to the county assembly and they give the same to the chief of the chief of the county. Then the chief of county feels that it is against his will. But remember, the people representative, that is the MC, has gone back to the people for public participation. He has to present whatever the people want to his boss. So it is upon the boss to listen to them because it is the will of the people, right?
Yes.
So you have to do what the people want. According to me, you have to listen to the people, even if the personal interests of the governor are going to override whatever he or she has been told. First of all, you have to listen to the people. They have the point to make.
Public opinion.
Public opinion has to be counted.
Tuletee maji, stima ngoja kidogo.
If that's from the public, you have to present it and then see the weight. You weigh out.
Watu wa Chavakali, mnamsikiza mtoto wenu hapa. Watu wa Vihiga, you are listening to your leader. These are the future leaders. Vihiga County has been, actually, Vihiga County is the smallest county in Kenya, right?
You say so, right?
Yes. But there is this issue of slow development. So, someone has been saying that there is a proposal that was, back then, they were saying 1 man, 1 shilling. Not 1 man, 1 vote. 1 man, 1 shilling. When they were speaking of, when we are speaking of counties being given money from the national government, you know, it works. The county government has to collect the taxes from the county residents and then submit the money to the national treasury, and the money is going to be again distributed back to the counties. You know, the system works that way. Now, there was someone who was saying, our county is small, but it's producing a lot of revenue to the national government. And there is someone who was saying, our county is huge, but the government is not submitting all the money to the national government. And some of it is left behind in individual pockets. So, in this manner, they were proposing that 1 man, 1 shilling. If you have 1 billion individuals in that locality, you get 1 million shillings. That is not even enough to pay the doctor. That is not enough to pay all the county staff. But the question is, why are we having slow development in Vihiga County? Very soon, you are going to be seated in that county assembly. You're going to be making policies, passing laws, doing oversight, representing people. What do you think is causing slow, sluggish development in Vihiga County?
Thank you, Bwana Lucas. Actually, Vihiga, yes, it has some slow development. If you look at the financial year 2022-2023, the allocation from the national government was around 7 billion, roughly 7 billion. If you look at the revenue collection, in the internal resource revenue collection from Vihiga County, it was about 123 million. You see, that's very little with a GCP of around 50,000 and 150. That is something that is very little. Why? The national location to the county government of Vihiga being about 7 billion, 30% is set aside for development, and about 70% is used for recurrent expenditures. That's paying the salaries and whatever other thing. So while you are giving 30% to development, and then the 30% actual thing that goes to development is about 20%.
where is the 10%?
Well, the 10% of it's obvious it's going to be diverted into
Slipping through people's hands.
yes through people's hands. So the actual thing that's going to development is very little. Then corruption takes the other chunk, another chunk amount. So how are we going to? We have to raise our own revenue as people of Chabakali, our people of Viga ward, and in particular maybe even Chabakali ward, because Chabakali ward we have mine minerals. Like for example, gold deposit, we can contribute much more to the county basket. But then, if corruption is happening and we are allocating only 30% to development, then a huge chunk of the money is stolen by the politicians or by the people, the beneficiaries who we appoint. How then do we expect to develop at the same speed or at the same rate the people of Kakamega? Yeah, people who are having open leadership. Maybe the top leadership may not be corrupt, but the people who are in the office, what we have to have clear policies on formulation, approval, and then how the funds are utilized, and audit. We have to carry out audit of how the funds are utilized. We approve, we formulate a project, we approve it, then we audit. So, what amount of money was used on a certain program? Is it worth it? Is it worth it? You can say you have used maybe 500 million to build a certain house, but the actual worthiness of the house is 2 million. So you see, that with that development will always be sluggish.
So those are some of the reasons that are making Vihiga to succumb.
Yes.
It's actually succumbing. It's dying.
Yes, because of poor leadership, because of massive corruption, because of lack of infrastructure investment on the major things that are helping us to generate revenue.
Thank you. What were Vihiga? People of Chabakali. Again, you are still listening to him. Your leader, 2027. Have you thought of a party?
No, as of now, no.
Thank you. When the time comes, he's going to introduce himself to you, kwa ground, mambo kwa ground, in moto.
Yeah, when time comes, we are going to converse past the Bakali ward, and we are going to lay out plans, and when the right time comes, then we shall communicate maybe the party or how we are going to conduct the whole affair.
I thought party nominations already started some time back.
No, they are not still.
Oh, so
it's just they are doing
internal.
It is internal election, and then some new members recruitment drives. Yes.
That's okay. Oh yeah, sure. So what will be eager, Mskia, you have listened to him. And one more question. Honorable HERBAT ASHIVERO, you are a young aspirant. You're vying for the seat of MCA. Look at them. Tell them, what plan do you have for the youth, for the aged, for the boy child and girl child support, for their empowerment in your ward, in Vihiga County as a whole, because you're going to be the legislature. You will be making policies that are going to affect the county as a whole, not just your ward, because when you pass a law as a member of the county assembly in the Vihiga, whether in the agriculture sector, health sector, transport sector, education, it is going to affect them directly or indirectly, and the effectiveness are going to be immediate. The effects are going to be immediate. What plan do you have? Look at them, talk to them, and they are watching, they are listening, they are waiting for you.
Okay, thank you again, Bwana Lucas. So my mission for the people of Chabakali ward is to see to it that every child in Chabakali ward, they have the opportunity to go to school regardless of where they are coming from, regardless of their background. How is this going to be realistic? We are going to set aside a kitty for the ward so that every kid that performs exemplary well. Are going to access some opportunities and some resources to see to it that they continue with their education. The youth and the girls, and the boys, this is how we are going to do it. We're going to set up some programs, mentorship programs, and in these mentorship programs, you will get some opportunities that will help you maybe develop skills to earn money and develop skills to grow your leadership, or any other production skills that you want. And we are also seeing to it that, to come up with a kitty that it's going to support innovation. These young people are very innovative, and I've seen no member of county assembly, either of the two from Chavakali ward, coming up with a center for the youths to go and put up their innovations, give whatever ideas they are having, give them the financial support and the resources they have, so that the ideas of innovation they have can be tabled to the national government and can be tabled up to the world, and they can earn some income from it. We are going to come up with innovation ideas centers, and we are also going to come up with some societies and saving circle for the border people. We know that the border people are big contributors of our revenue, and also during campaign they are very critical for us. Yes, and they are depending on the motorcycle maybe to feed their families and to do some savings. We are going to start some saving circles for them, so that even if they are going to get some little amount of money, they will see to it that they are registered into a circle where they can get some dividends, where they can get some loans to do their personal development. And for the boy child and the guy child, the programs that we will put in place, they will help keep them busy. We will also put up a social hall, Chavakali social hall, one social hall, where all the youths during their holiday they can meet together, share ideas, exchange ideas, and come up with the innovation and share anything that can be of monetary value, something that is not is very rare. And that's my main agenda, the youth. Because once you cater for the youth, you prevent crime. One, development is bad, because even the youth are actively involved in the economy. They're actively involved in revenue. Another thing, we are going to see to it that there's agriculture sector, because 85% of the revenue of Chavakali, or 85% of the people of Chavakali world, they are subsistence farmers. But with the help of the government, or with the help of maybe fertilizers and some implements, some of them can easily specialize and at least do some large-scale farming, which will contribute largely to the GCP of the county. And once the GCP of the county is raised, I think it will have some implication on the national GDP. And as people of Chavakali, we hope that the best is going to come out of this.
That's amazing. So
people of Chavakali, this time for youthful leadership is now. It is ripe, and we are appealing to you that wherever you go, spread the gospel that the youths are going to come back and are going to provide the leadership that is required. And I hope that with your support in 2027, we are going to do great things and we will achieve much greater things together. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your time.
So guys, this has been the Real Talk with Lucas and M, and thank you all for watching till the end. We have been in the house with the Honorable HERBAT Ashiverro, who is aspiring for the position of the county, the member of the county assembly, that is Chavakali Ward in Vihiga County, Kenya as a country. Thank you for your continued support, for your loyalty, and again, for watching till the end. Till next time.